Abu Trica has successfully arrived in the United States of America together with the FBI agents who arrested him and successfully extradited him as of yesterday morning. Adolfo, many more pictures and videos are circulating. Now, Charlie Abu Trica, if you watch the picture very, very well, you could tell Abu Trica is really going through it. He was overthinking. He was in pains. Probably he thinks his own country has betrayed him. Now, Adolfo, Mumayemfa, whether guilty or not guilty, and tone chain with the videos, no, any picture, no, but do you think Abu Trica was treated fairly? Because this is a debate that is ongoing. Do you think, say, as a Ghanaian living in his country, whether he has committed that crime or not, he was given a fair hearing? Because according to Abu Trica's lawyers, now case on this particular issue, our court, they were waiting for the court's final verdict, only to go to court and be told by whistleblowers say Abu Trica has already been extradited. Or plane mua omodeno airco USA. So his lawyers are arguing that he wasn't treated fairly. Above that, our judicial system was grossly disrespected. Now, me bisamu because, you know, there are people who are arguing. People are saying he's alleged scammer. Therefore, he should go there. If he's innocent, he will be brought back. There are people who are saying, say, he should have been tried and jailed here in Ghana and not sent to America. People are also saying that Ken Oforiatta, our former finance minister. But it seems the American system is protecting this man. Therefore, it is becoming very difficult to get him to come back to Ghana here to face charges. So why do we then give Abu Trica to the FBI on a silver platter? So a lot of things and a so online. And until I say what drink here. Now, picture muhu on the screen. And a moment Abu Trica was aboard the flight and a car just a few hours. I'm drew and I just say Ubi a chat picture with your lake onto the internet. Now, you could tell from Abu Trica's face, from his demeanor, from Seniena look, he said he was visibly overthinking, he was visibly sad, he was visibly emotional. He couldn't understand why on earth that assembly. Probably he was thinking his country has also betrayed him. So video muhu as well. A moment he was deplaning. We'll see from every plane him after successfully arriving in the United States of America. I know and Obi a manager here to steal a picture of Abu Trica. So this is actually a very, very, very interesting news. There are people who are sharing diverse opinions. Now, so the lawyer Oliver Baka Vomawo, during one interview a few weeks ago on Metro TV, took his time to explain why he has been defending Abu Trica and why he thinks Abu Trica is not being treated fairly. As a sign of Muma Yonkuti, what he had to say. But please, leave a comment under this post in terms of what you think. Like this video and share the video. Vimbas TV so and movie.
From the beginning, I've been clear as to what my interest in the matter is.
Right.
I did not know Abu Trica anywhere.
Okay.
I've never even heard of him till this issue happened. My interest has been in terms of the unequal relationship that this extradition treaty establishes and Ghana's own role in facilitating this one-way traffic, where our requests are ignored and we are not able to extradite anybody. But then they run roughshod here. They have FBI agents going into police cells, interrogating people on their own, as happened with Abu Trica. Like they're just running roughshod of a country that claims itself sovereign. And that's why I became interested in getting involved in this. Now, the real case before the court is not even in the question of what is the quantum, which is the question.
Right.
The US has charged him with two offenses: conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy against money laundering. If you take the treaty that was signed between the US and the UK, which because we were a colony, our own Supreme Court said it continues to apply to us, it lists the offenses that are under the treaty. Conspiracy is not one of those offenses. So it's not even an extraditable offense. And so, what did we do? We sat down. It's been historical record from 1931. We went back to 1899 and showed how consistently, even in US courts, They have shown that conspiracy is not one of them, and they refuse to extradite on the basis of conspiracy. We have shown how in law, the language of participation in a crime, which is abetment, is not the same as conspiracy. We showed how other countries like Malta, which were all under the same treaty as us, have now gone into a new treaty which amends the existing one to add conspiracy, which confirms again that it was not part of the extraditable offenses. So we did all this and we sent to the court. The district magistrate, which is the only district magistrate that does extradition cases, has a 100% record in extraditing people, looks at this and says it doesn't matter. It's a crime, it's a crime.
Strange.
It's strange to us. So that's what is before the Court of Appeal. So it has nothing to do with the quantum issue. Now we haven't addressed this quantum issue because he, Abu Trica, for instance, has constantly been saying that he's been hearing this 8 million and it's been bothering him. We should say something about it. And we said it is not important to the legal issue. And in any event, we want you to come and speak on it publicly. It's not my place to come and be a PR on what is the right amount involved. 6 applications for bail, all rejected.
Wow.
Even when we were sitting down doing nothing, waiting for 2 months for the US to bring whatever evidence they're talking about, it will still not be given bail in this matter, which is strange. Now, we've gotten to the point where we are now talking about, not again the main legal challenge, but this, where did this 8 million derive from? And how did it become the subject of the news? Because then there's an entrapment. An FBI individual comes to him and says, hey, I get some cash. Can you help me find some bank account? I'll give you some of the money. He also goes and finds somebody's account and says, okay, this is an account you can transfer it into. And then they give him part of the money, $13,000. How did this 8 million come from and where about? They themselves, the addition of the funds they bring is not up to 8 million. One. Secondly, they are claiming that the account you brought, we went into the account and we look at the historical transactions in those accounts, which is a company account. There's over 8 million in there. And so you have counted elderly people of 8 million. First of all, where did the elderly people come from? We don't know. The person who the setup you did was an FBI undercover agent. There was no older person involved. This is the reason why you charged him with conspiracy and not wire fraud or money laundering. Conspiracy means that the person agreed to do something. That's the offense. So I am certain that the Yoko then went to put up a statement, notorious fraudster arrested. These are the things that we have challenged in court. Again, I do not hold brief for Abu Trica.
Right.
It's not my place to. My question for us is that one, our institutions should not be involved in the process of character assassination of suspects who have not had their day in court yet. That is an absolutely no. 2, we are in fact questioning how is the FBI in ourselves interrogating suspects in Ghana. We don't understand how that came from. And it's one of the things that we have sued the FBI directly in connection with here. 3,
I mean, you're a victim of that. Interestingly, he's a victim of that.
3, let us get the information correctly. I understand the work in which you are doing and trying to malign and castigate. But at least, please explain to me how you arrived at this 8 million clarification. Because what has been produced to us and we read, if the FBI undercover agent says to Abu Trica, I will find some 62,000 which will come. Okay, I will give you your share. Then they write it and add, Abu Trica scammed somebody of an additional 62,000. And if the person mentioned in the course of their conversation to him are all listed, then to arrive at these astronomical figures, I saw another Ghanaian gentleman who was saying, where they said 100 million. So they are padding this thing for sensational value. And that's what we are talking about here. But on the real question as to whether or not the extradition treaty, which one was challenged as to how can the colonial treaty bind us, the Supreme Court says we were subjects and so we continue to be bound by it, that we can't go into it. But as to the offenses that are listed in the treaty, which are not part of the offenses he has been charged with, this is something for the courts to pronounce on, and which is we are going to the High Court for.
Vimbaz TV.